Today we're continuing with our meditations on the medium scope. And today we're going to look at the origin of suffering. We're going to try, we do our best. All right. Okay, so as always, to begin, just start by getting a comfortable position. Making sure that the back is straight and the shoulders relaxed, the head relaxed, the face relaxed, neck relaxed, and gently scan your awareness down the body. And if there are any areas of tension or discomfort, just gently relax and let the tension go. Notice the sensations inside the body. Notice the support and contact with the chair or the cushion. And when you're ready, you can take a long breath in and exhale. Allowing yourself to feel comfortable and at home in the body. And in order to make the meditation a Dharma practice, we can begin by establishing a positive motivation. Remembering that we have this precious human rebirth. And this day, this moment together. And no matter what's gone before, we can decide at any moment to transform it into virtue, into the cause for enlightenment of all sentient beings. And we do that simply with the wish, with our intention. Thinking we're doing this to work on our minds, to develop ourselves, so that we can be of benefit, of service, and free all sentient beings from suffering. So with whatever words or thoughts are most meaningful for you, try to develop a vast motivation, if possible, a bodhicitta motivation for this meditation today. And so knowing that whenever we step forward with this motivation. We're not alone. We're supported by the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. We can ask for their help by taking refuge. So we do the refuge prayer 3 times. Sangye chodan soki choknam la jancho bado jadni kyapsuchi jagi jinsergi pe sonam ki drola penchia sangye drupar shom. Sangye chodan soki choknam la jancho bado jadni kyapsuchi jagi jinsergi pe sonam ki Jola penchie sange drupar sho. Sange chadan saki chagnam la. Jancho bado jani kyapsuchi. Jagi jinsargi pe sonam ki. Jola penchie sange drupar sho. And so with refuge, we can begin 5 minutes of stabilizing meditation, focusing on the air coming in and out of the nostrils or the rising and falling of the tummy, whichever object of concentration is most convenient for you. We do that for 5 minutes. And so with a mind that is more calm and stable and relaxed, we can begin by reflecting on the words of Dharmakirti. So I'll read a quotation of his and then we can reflect for a couple of minutes on what we think he means. So when talking about the origin of suffering, Dharmakirti says, once there is a self, there's an idea of an other. On behalf of self and other, there is attachment and hostility. All of the faults come about in association with these. So try to check for yourself and investigate. Is it true? Why would he say that? So try to investigate with your own thoughts or reasonings. This idea that once there's a self, there's an other, and due to that, there's attachment, hostility, and all faults come about from that. Just take a couple of minutes to investigate for yourself. Can afflictions arise without grasping to a sense of self and other? And then whatever conclusion you've come to, and we try to check the impact of this grasping at self and other. So for this, try to think of a situation. It could be a disagreement with a friend or a work situation. Even an altercation in the street. So pick a situation not hugely disturbing to the emotions, maybe not more than a 4 out of 10, but where you engaged in it in hindsight, where you can say, yeah, I had a strong sense of self and other. So usually a good one is a some kind of disagreement where we approached it with a strong sense of self and other. And in that situation, just reflect and notice what feelings or emotions you experienced. What kind of words or communication style did you use? How did you see the other person? And what was your objective in this situation? And how did you feel afterwards? Did it bring peace, or what happened? And how do you feel now looking back on it? Do you feel it contributed to your happiness and well-being, or not? And the point here isn't to judge anything, just to notice. And so letting that situation go for a moment. Now think of another situation where maybe a similar situation, perhaps a disagreement or a situation of difference, but where you approached it with not a strong sense of grasping to self, where you approached it embracing the other person with openness or positive we kind of emotions. Maybe even more interested in the other person's well-being than your own. So try to think of a specific situation where you did that. Where you had the other person at heart. And notice already what emotions or feelings are associated with that experience. How did you feel when you engaged with them in that way? How did that person or the environment seem to you? What kind of words or communication style did you use with them? And what was your objective or goal in the situation? And looking back, how did you feel afterwards? And how do you feel now when you think about it? And so now try to think, whatever the first situation was that you brought to mind, the one that maybe you didn't approach in this way, try to imagine, how would that situation have turned out differently? And how would you have felt if you'd used the approach that you used in the second scenario? Maybe we don't know how the other person would react, but how would you feel about it, about yourself? And again, the point isn't to judge, just to notice. We've been relying on our habitual responses to protect us from suffering for lifetimes. So we just need to check and investigate whether they're really helping us as much as we think they are. So just notice any insights you've gained or any conclusions you've drawn. And we can dedicate the positive energy that we've created. So we can dedicate a positive energy for all sentient beings, for their freedom from suffering and for their enlightenment. And we can recite the dedication prayers together in English. So due to the merits of these virtuous actions, may I quickly attain the state of a Guru Buddha and lead all living beings without exception to that enlightened state. May the supreme jewel bodhicitta that has not arisen arise and grow, and may that which has arisen not diminish but increase more and more. Long life prayers. Lama Tsongkhapa, you who uphold the subdual moral way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Majunat's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplish magnificent prayers honoring the three jewels, Savior of myself and others, your disciples, please, please live long. For His Holiness, the wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparably kind Tenzin Gyatso I beseech, may all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. O Self, Venerable One, to you whose kindness exceeds that of all the conquerors for those wanderers in far-off places, especially the West, mindful of your loving concern for us in intentionally descending again into a family of a far distant land, we make this request. O Lama, please, please live long. Geshe Thubten Sherab, beloved teacher leading your students towards wisdom and compassion, explaining through exacting discernment the steps of the graduated path, you are the unequaled guide. Please live a long and stable life. And you can make your own dedications as well. So thank you everyone, and have a wonderful rest of the day.